Welcome to this Libertanum AI Vault Explainer. Today, we're looking at a fundamental macroeconomic shift. We're moving away from an era where artificial intelligence was just a passive tool, and we're stepping into a reality where it acts as an autonomous economic participant. Now, to be clear, we aren't here to talk about the latest consumer software updates or chatbot features. We're going to analyze the deep structural implications for global markets, business productivity, and really the future of labor itself. For years, we've lived in a pretty simple paradigm, right? We asked a question, and the AI responded. We requested information, and it generated an answer. It was a powerful relationship, sure, but a highly limited one. It was defined by a very simple rule. Humans act, and machines assist. Well, that era is rapidly coming to an end. We're now transitioning to a model where the machines act, and humans direct. The next phase of artificial intelligence isn't about generating a better text response. It's about taking concrete, autonomous action. To understand this transformation, we're going to explore 5 key areas today. 1. Intelligence to action. 2. The rise of agent networks. 3. Machine-to-machine commerce. 4. The infrastructure race. And finally, 5. Tomorrow's economic civilization. Part 1. Intelligence to action. The era of execution. Let's start right at the surface level. Modern digital entities are evolving in a big way. The first wave of AI was entirely bound by human execution. It could summarize a document or help you make a decision, but it just sat there completely idle until a human pressed a button. Now, systems are actively managing workflows, they're manipulating code, and they're navigating really complex interfaces. They are making the leap from just generating answers to actually executing workflows. They're taking the reins of the exact same systems that humans used to operate manually. And the tasks these modern AI systems are taking on aren't just simple, single-step commands anymore. They're conducting deep research, analyzing complex market trends, writing and deploying software, and even coordinating vast business processes entirely on their own. Now, at first glance, the difference might seem a bit subtle, but economically, it's profound. For decades, software has helped humans perform work. Now, the software is performing the work itself. This brings us to a truly defining realization. For the first time in history, organizations may be able to scale not only software, but labor itself. Take a moment to think about the strategic implications of that statement. We're no longer just making our current employees slightly more efficient. We are unlocking the ability to deploy infinite digital workers at the literal speed of computation. So the relevant question for institutional investors is no longer, what can AI tell us? The question is, what can AI do? Part 2. Rise of Agent Networks, Scaling Collective Intelligence. Moving a bit deeper into our economic model, we have to shift our perspective. We need to visualize a vast, interconnected network of autonomous actors. This is a future that's already taking shape right now, a world where multiple highly specialized digital workers collaborate seamlessly together. It's much like a modern enterprise team made up of different human experts. These systems divide up tasks, they communicate findings, and they iterate on solutions together. It's an architecture built not on isolated queries, but on continuous, dynamic collaboration. In the research and development sector, you'll hear these referred to as multi-agent systems, or sometimes agent swarms. Imagine, for example, deploying a specialized digital worker whose entire focus is market research. That agent then feeds its data to another agent specializing in marketing strategy, which then turns around and coordinates with an accounting agent to manage the budget. The real disruption here isn't the raw intelligence of any single AI model. It's the collective intelligence that emerges when thousands of these specialized agents operate together as a unified network. So, we really need to discard this mental model of artificial intelligence as just one conversational chatbot. The future of this technology is a digital corporation. It's an interconnected network of autonomous labor that is fully capable of planning, reasoning, executing, and optimizing its own operations. Part 3. Machine-to-machine commerce, the new economic layer. As these agent networks scale up, they are going to require an entirely new kind of economic plumbing. Right at the intersection of computational hardware, data streams, and smart contracts lies a frictionless environment. Because when software becomes an active economic actor, it needs a highly secure way to exchange value, without having to wait for a human to approve every single microsecond interaction. Think about millions of AI agents operating globally. A single agent might need to purchase specialized proprietary data to finish a research task, or it might need to access a paywalled API, maybe rent additional computational resources for 5 seconds to solve a complex equation, or even negotiate a service contract with another agent. It brings up a really fundamental question. How exactly do machines transact with other machines? Well, the answer is an entirely new economic layer. For centuries, our financial systems have been designed exclusively for human participants. But the coming decades will require an infrastructure specifically built around digital protocols. We're talking about autonomous payments, smart digital contracts, frictionless micropayment systems, and programmable money like stablecoins. We are literally witnessing the birth of machine-to-machine commerce. And it's an absolute necessity for a world where software doesn't just process a transaction, but autonomously initiates it. Part 4. The infrastructure race, the geopolitical foundation. Now we reach the bedrock. As we model this massive digital economy of swarming agents and autonomous transactions, we have to confront the immense physical reality required to make all of this intelligence scale. Because behind every digital agent and behind every seamless machine-to-machine transaction lies a starkly physical infrastructure. Intelligence in the digital age isn't made of thin air. It is forged from concrete, silicone, and massive power grids. This kind of digital advancement is absolutely reliant on robust, industrial-scale physical infrastructure. Let's take a look at the foundational requirements for AI to actually scale. We need sprawling data centers, advanced semiconductors, unprecedented energy systems, expansive cloud infrastructure, and massive networking capacity. Without this physical foundation, intelligence simply cannot scale. And this is exactly why the world's largest corporations, and increasingly sovereign nations, are quietly allocating hundreds of billions of dollars toward these very specific physical assets. The most important battle taking place right now isn't about which tech company has the smartest language model. The real race is centered on deeply geopolitical questions. Who controls the chips? Who controls the cloud? Who controls the energy required to power the operating systems that future agents will use to interact with the world? The physical infrastructure supporting intelligence is rapidly becoming as critical, if not more critical, than the intelligence itself. Part 5. Tomorrow's economic civilization, the true revolution. As we look toward the horizon, we really must reframe how we view the long-term structural implications here. Agentic AI is not just another software update. Consider this parallel for a moment. 20 years ago, the internet connected people, and that fundamentally altered global commerce. Today, artificial intelligence is beginning to connect intelligences, allowing them to autonomously negotiate, transact, and create value. When intelligence makes the leap from being a passive tool to becoming the very infrastructure of the economy, we aren't just looking at a market shift. We are watching a new economic civilization emerge. This exact perspective is at the core of our analysis here at the Liberatum AI Vault. We don't focus our attention on the fleeting consumer software of today. Instead, our focus remains steadily on the hidden structural infrastructure of tomorrow. True strategic advantage is going to come from understanding the multi-agent systems, the machine-to-machine commerce layers, and the physical power grids currently being built right beneath the surface. As markets, businesses, and the very concept of labor fundamentally transform, we're going to leave you with this final, strategic question. As a visionary participant in this shifting landscape, are you investing your time, capital, and strategy in yesterday's economy or in tomorrow's civilization? Thank you for joining this Liberatum AI Vault Explainer.